you'll have to cough out 300% more of what you originally expended or used to expend on securing these things. So at the end of the day, at every point in time, the worker in Ghana is struggling. That's why I've said is either you are engaging in corruption to survive in Ghana, borrowing to survive, or begging to survive, or stealing to survive, or going hungry.
And the interesting thing is,
these are the options.
When we are complaining, all the people who are profiteering to
hey, they will go and say, hey, Charlie, please, let's help each other out. Because if guys not taking, you would demotivate government to do some of these things that they are doing. For instance, I thought the action with coming down was going to be a game changer. Not knowing, Charlie, still our people can find other ways. Say, oh, something has gone up. Have you forgotten prices? Something? Or somebody said something yesterday. So that's where we are.
And so let's.
When it's 8, we'll have a conversation with officers from the social welfare. So they'll talk about, some children are still being subjected to child abuse.
Yeah.
It's not easy. The kind of struggles some people are going through in this country. Some even under the watch of their own parents. And some too under the watch of other people. Some have been rendered orphans because of a lot of the things we've been mentioning. Road crashes, what have you. And sometimes, I don't know, a lot of them are maltreated. There's this phenomenon where maybe your father is unable to marry your mother, or your mother dies along the line, and another woman is more or less coming to take charge. Usually, I don't know what happens. Usually, the relationship doesn't really go well. Usually, there's some issues, and some go to the extent of abusing those kids, and they lose their confidence, and they become something else. So this morning, we want to spend some time on that, and that will be coming up at exactly 8 a.m., Janice.
Now, we have a few seconds more to 8 a.m., and so let's go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue with that conversation.
Football fever is here. The world's biggest stars, the biggest nations, one ultimate trophy. From tactical battles to legendary moments, from squad analysis to fan reactions. This is where football lives. Join Eklu Michael and his top pundits, breaking down every match, every tactic, every football story. Catch Game On, World Cup edition, live on 3 Music TV, plus 89.9 FM and Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. Every day from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. The world is watching. Game On.
So just like we talked about, we already set the foundation for this conversation. It's all about stopping child abuse. You know, when you're a child, a lot of things that you have no control over. And sometimes who you become is determined by the kind of beginning you get, the kind of training you get at the early stages of your life. And so if it is wrong, if it goes south, it may affect you. You may become an adult and you lack a lot of things: confidence, ability to do some things, ability to speak boldly, ability to take risk. All of those things can be affected because for some reason you were a victim of abuse. So this morning we want to stop children from going through that experience, and there are people who are experts in these areas who will help us make sense of what we need to do and what we can do to give children the opportunity to live freely without all kinds of abuse. And this morning I'm here with the regional deputy, right? Director for Social Welfare Department, isn't it? Or I've gotten the name wrong.
Deputy Director in charge of Justice Administration.
Okay, Deputy Director in charge of Justice Administration. Madam Ake, that's how I call her. So good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Alfa.
This morning you are flanked with two able men, so we will allow them to also tell us their names and their portfolios. So let me start on the left.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ernest Amakosmat.
Ernest Amakosmat.
I work with the Department of Gender, Ashanti Region.
Okay.
And I am a programs officer.
Programs officer.
Who I announced before.
Pardon?
Jackson from Pomanso.
Jackson. Okay. You're all welcome to the show. So let me start with, there's something I've seen here. It goes by the name GACA. I don't know, GACA. Auntie Maggie, if you can give us some explanation.
Okay, thank you very much, and a very good morning to your cherished listeners. When we say GACA, we mean Ghanaian Against Child Abuse. The G stands for Ghanaian, the A stands for against, and the C stands for child, and the last A stands for abuse. So Ghanaian Against Child Abuse.
Okay.
GACA.
Now, for you to come out with that name, it means that there must be a fundamental problem that you've observed with regards to how kids are treated. To what extent would you say child abuse is becoming a serious problem, and why is it important for us to focus on it?
Thank you very much. We've realized that children are very vulnerable, and as society we are supposed to protect them and treat them with love. But what we've come to realize is that a lot of children face abuses within their families, their communities, and therefore as stakeholders in the field of child protection, we thought it wise to come together as a team to provide holistic support for our children, and to come together as a group to protect and promote the rights of children in Ghana. And so we realize that child protection is a shared concern, and one institution cannot do it alone.
Of course.
And therefore we have to come together and then form a formidable force so that we can all bring our resources, our ideas together to be able to promote and protect the rights of children in Ghana.
Okay, great. Just like you mentioned, bringing our ideas together to promote, child right and what have you. So because you're three, let me allow the other people to also express their idea in the spirit of coming together. So let me go to Jackson. Somebody listening to us will be a bit, maybe he may be asking the question, is child abuse serious in Ghana? Is it a huge problem, for which reason we need to come up with this program or campaign? Help us with that. Is it serious in Ghana?
Well, thank you. Really, child abuse is very, very serious. The rate of child abuse is increasing. So for Kumasi here, even nowadays the rate of child abuse is at high rate. So it is very important to collaborate with stakeholders, ask the Department of Children under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. We've come together, as Madam Agi said, we coordinated and come together and bring this program, that is the GACA, to eradicate or reduce the rate of the child abuse in Ghana. So as we have collaborated, we are on social media, especially we are now for this GACA campaign is about social media campaign in order to intensify the campaign on social media so that anyone that will see any form of abuse at anywhere can report the case so that the ministry can take it on. For example, we had a case at Mampon, and it was reported at on social media, and quickly, swiftly, the department hold it, and we rescue a child marriage at Mampon. So, yes.
How old was this?
That's 14 years girl. 14 years girl. Yeah.
I see.
We rescued the girl, and now you have sent the girl to Accra.
Okay.
So he is now learning a trade.
Okay.
So if anyone reports, if we use our social media handles to report cases, I think the rate of the child abuse will reduce, and or as it is a collaborative effect and a responsibility for anyone, we urge them to also collaborate and use their social media handles to report their case so that we also can take a swift action.
Okay, so before we end the conversation, we will allow you to mention the social media platform. Perhaps people can use that to, make complaints so that you guys will act upon it. But Mr. Smart, there's a question somebody has already sent to me. He's a bit worried about it. He's my friend Gideon. He said, I should ask you, what are you doing about the children who are used to beg on our roads? And because some people feel that it may constitute child abuse. Abusing the right of these children, subjecting them to all kinds of treatment and conditions. Our roads sometimes are not very safe, but we see them a lot, especially close to the mall. When you go there around 10, you see a lot of these kids dotted around the streets begging. Do you have any action you're taking on this?
Thank you very much. I know we all agree with me that these children that are used for begging on our streets are mostly foreigners. And you see, these issues are more of diplomatic issues. When you don't address these issues very well, definitely people will say that you also have your people outside Ghana who are also plying their trade or doing one way or the other. But I think recently the Department of Children, the director, Mr. Darfur, did an extensive work on that, and I think that report has been sent to the minister, the regional minister. So I think the regional minister will take it from there. But I can say that extensive work has been done on children that are used to beg on the street.
But is it something you constitute as element of or an example of child abuse?
Oh, definitely, there's an element of child abuse because those children should be in school. Because looking at their ages, they should be in school, and using them to beg on the street, it's an element of child abuse. Element of abuse, yeah.
I see. Now, Jackson mentioned social media. So, Madam Agi, I want you to tell our people, our listeners, how can they rely on social media to help you fight this phenomenon of child abuse?
Okay, thank you very much. As Jackson mentioned earlier on, we have our social media handles. We have the TikTok, GACA, and then we have Facebook account. Okay.
X2 GACA.
S2 GACA.
Okay, then you have X account.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the social media
platforms.
Yes, GACA.
So assuming I live in a house with a neighbor, and I see signs or I see evidence that suggests to me that there's a 5-year-old child who is consistently being abused, what should I do? in relying on the social media, or if I want to come to you direct, what's the process like?
Well, if you want to come to us direct, we are having our office at the Regional Coordinating Council Department of Children, and you can also report at any social welfare office or DOPSU. You can also report it at any social services office. You can report if the person is not the right place, or if the office is not the right place that you are going, they will refer you to the appropriate agency, so that you can report the case there. And you can also contact social welfare offices and the police toll-free number, which is 18555. If you sense of that abuse, if you don't want you to be known that you are the one reporting, you can call the toll-free number 18555. They will refer you to the appropriate office too. And you can also contact our toll-free number, which is 0800 800 or 0800 111 222. You can also contact it.
Okay, now for people who may be interested in reporting, maybe they may lack understanding of what may fall within the category of child abuse. And because you guys are experts, can you assist us with some signs that if we do see those signs, then perhaps it should indicate to us that there may be semblance of child abuse?
So thank you very much. The most visible ones that we see are the physical abuse. You see bruises on a child, that the child might have been abused by a parent or any other caregiver. So the physical ones that we see, the physical abuse, a child is beaten. When we correct a child as parents, we should do it reasonably, with love, not to do it harshly, so that at the end the child will be harmed. So when you see such signs that the child has been physically assaulted or abused, you can report on such issues. We also have the emotional and the psychological ones that you may not see it physically, but when you see a child who is not happy, definitely you will realize that this child is going through something. And so when you reach out to the child and you find out that the child may be going through psychological or emotional or any form of abuse, you can also equally report such cases to us.
Some too are concerned that sometimes when they report, it has a tendency of worsening the situation, because some think that if, for instance, a man in his view that he's disciplining his son so that the son becomes who he expects him to become, and that there's somebody, a bystander, who observes the situation and feels that it's amount to child abuse, some think when you do report, you are likely to worsen the situation to the extent that the father may more or less vent his frustration on this same child, or the father perhaps will stop acting responsibly as a father, doing the things that he is expected to do, or may feel that then, of course, he'll rather punish the child because in his view the child may be the one who may have reported whatever. So for that kind of delicate issue, how do you manage it in a way that you will not create bigger problem for the child and for the family, but then solve it? To what extent do you do that?
So thank you very much. The Children's Act, the act that protects or guides us as to how to deal with children, specify that you can protect discipline a child, but the discipline should be a reasonable one. And so as a parent, if you overdo it, then the law will catch you up. But in dealing with such parents, we handle it in such a way that we don't end up by separating or destroying the relationship within the family. So as social workers or experts in this field, when such things happen, we first of all do counseling. And then we'll make the parent or whoever abused the child know that this thing that you did, this one is wrong. Maybe you should have done it this way. But as for the law, what the law says is what we will go by, but we will let you realize that your actions were overboard and you shouldn't have done that. And at the end, we make sure that we reconcile the child and the family. But where reconciliation is not possible, and then it's required that we separate the child from the abuser, we will do that in accordance with the law.
Let me take it away from the family unit to the classrooms or to the schools. I used to have some maths teacher, like Charlie. Some of the teachers, the way they can abuse kids, you have no idea. So this campaign that you are undertaking, does it extend to our schools, and how do you intend to deal with that in our various schools? Because sometimes the abuse may even come from their classmates, the bullying issues. Sometimes some teachers, by their word and by their actions. To what extent do you intend to rope in schools in this campaign as well?
Okay, thank you very much. Most often we do school campaigns, and we mostly dwell on the issues of abuse. I quite remember we went to a school, and during our interactions with the students, one teacher raised a concern, and he said that we are trying to gang the student against them because we are trying to preach too much of right. And we are saying that, and I asked her a question. Now imagine your son or daughter comes back from school with bruises on his or her back, and you ask her or him what happened, and he or she tells you that the teacher did this to him or her. What would be your next reaction? Then the teacher said he will wear anything and go to the school and go attack the teacher. And I asked, you see, we are never preaching against punishment, but as Madam said, reasonable punishment. I'm not sure you want to inflict pain whilst punishing a child. So most often this is what we discuss. But what we also do is that we tell the teachers that you are there to teach or to guide the students. So in your guidance, you are supposed to impact positively. But if you're a teacher and you are impacting negatively, then that means you are not performing your functions. So most often we just try and create a good environment between the teacher and the student. That we are not trying to say that since you are a student, you can do whatever and go scot-free. No, we try to create a balance. Since you have right, the right also comes with what? Responsibilities. So we try and preach these things so that the children also be aware that, okay, I have a right, but I cannot act in any manner and go scot-free because they say, oh, child abuse or child protection and those things. No. But I also tell them that when you come to school, you have to be very obedient to whatever your teachers tell you. But in obedience, not just be obedient to anything that unless your teacher tells you, oh, come to my room, go do this. No. But you try to be obedient according to the rules. So we went to a school and the students raised consent some of the students, the teachers, that the issue of verbal abuse.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Oh, God, they are lucky. So on them, Charlie, the way they can.
So we went to the headmaster and we told the headmaster that these are the some of the concern. And some students even went to the head of the IT teacher.
IT.
Yes,
he and science name as
you see those things. So
we went French.
So we went to the So we went to the headmaster and we said that we plead with him. You see, these are some of the concerns. These are some of the things that keep even students away from school.
A lot of kids, when they are going to school, they are scared.
They are scared. That's one of the things that keeps the student away from school. And we are also trying to increase enrollment. And with this attitude, how do you increase enrollment? So please, you should try as much as possible to sometimes listen to the teachers and the students as well. When students complain, you should try as much as possible to find the roots. We don't say that when students complain, just act. No, just investigate. Whatever action, because I'm sure GS has disciplinary actions against all these things. They have the code of conduct for these things. So that's what we try to do. But I think for now, the teachers and the students, they are trying to come into agreement with whatever we are saying.
Let me ask the last but one question, and then we'll wrap up this conversation. Let me go to Jackson at this point in time. What would you say to those who say, Charlie, this is Africa, or Africa there, when you want to straighten your kids, you don't just use diplomacy. You need to apply some bit of discipline, some tripping here and there, and some punishment here and there. And that if you don't do that, they may go wayward. Something that this campaign is foreign in nature to make our child believe that, oh, can do whatever you want. You can just freely go about your things. You can explore and what have you. Something, the condition we find ourselves in Ghana, being in Africa, would demand discipline, would demand whipping, punishment. If you don't do that, it means you're not parenting the right way. What would you say to those people?
I think every good parenting is to see that the child will become somebody better in future. So you always create environment that will help the child to become someone better in future. So to use corporal punishment to inflict pain on someone to hurt the person, maybe if you use anger when you are angry and you inflict pain or you shape the person, you see that the extent of speed, the cane or the stick you are using will go onto the person. You see, how you hide the speed or stretch your hand will inflict intensive pain on the person, and the person will hurt, which might be cause a severe hurt. Maybe you can hurt the eye, any part of the person, which will even extend fear more into the child to do what you don't like the person to do more. Because maybe a child, some of the children, when you be beating, he will say, after all, if I do this one, it is beating that I will do what I'll get from my parent. So you don't use corporal punishment or to flinch pain to correct a child. You can use other positive discipline. Like you know that your child like biscuit, or when they are going to school, you are having 3 children, and one has done something that you don't like. You give them 20 cedis each. So you give the person maybe 15 cedis, and you give the rest in front of them. You give the rest 50, the rest 10, 20 cedis. But the one which has caused something, you give the person 15 cedis.
That's a form of punishment.
You tell her or him that this is the reason why I am giving you this one. Okay. And you have seen that the rest of his or her siblings has gotten 20 cedis. So next time he will not repeat the mistake that he has done. That is positive discipline. That is positive discipline. It is not much that you infringe pain on the person, that the person will correct the person or not. So the Children's Act at 560 said you should protect the children. You shouldn't inflict pain on them. And we are all governed by law, and it is law for the country. So it is not African mentality. If you discipline a child well, the person will grow well, and all his potential will be what? Achieved. But when you be infringing pain, the person will even exempt himself or herself from classrooms, because he seems himself that he's not equal to his colleagues.
I understand.
Especially emotional pain. You see, when you be beating a child, emotionally he will not feel well. You see how you are infringing emotional pain on the person, both physically and emotionally. So it is not just that you are in African mentality. You have to whip the person or inflict pain on the person. That means that you are correcting the person.
Well noted.
You have a lot of means that you can use to correct a person without infringing pain.
Well noted. I mean, it's 27 minutes after 8. We are speaking with officers from the Social Welfare Department.
Department of Children and Gender.
Department. Now the name has changed.
This one.
Okay, Department of. Me, I thought
it's from the ministry.
The same ministry. Okay. So let me use the Ministry of Gender, and so that will be safe.
Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Okay. Now, my last question before I take your concluding remarks will be, the question will go to Madam Age. Because you are a woman, this one I'm asking from the men's and women's perspective. There are those who think that sometimes our mothers do not help matters, in the sense that when a child is seen to have done something wrong, usually they will say, train na papa beba. So when the papa comes, the papa is the one to discipline the child. And usually the men's approach is a bit aggressive, is a bit harsh sometimes. So there are those who think that by that strategy, you create this perception that the man is very wicked. The man is the man that can exert wickedness on the child. And going forward, the child develops some bit of enmity or unlikeness towards the father. As a woman, and with your background, how do you think we can approach this? Is this approach good? Or we need to refine it in a way or change it in a way?
Okay, thank you very much, Alpha. I think parenting is a skill that everybody needs to learn. And as a woman, I would say that it's very wrong to always wait for a father or a man to come home to correct a child when the child does something wrong. As a mother, you should be able to correct a child. As soon as the thing happens, then you correct the child. And you do it reasonably with love. You don't wait and say that I'm waiting for your father to come and punish you. And when the fathers come and you report, the thing didn't happen in front of the father. And
the way it will be reported,
it will be reported, you see the father will end up inflicting pain on the child.
Father will do something.
And at the end, the child will begin to have some perception about the father that the father is
wicked.
And then women generally, we are taught to be protective, but we shouldn't wait for a father to always come around to come and discipline the child. As soon as the behavior happens, that is the right time to discipline the child, and it must be done with love and care.
Mr. Smart, you to advise the men, our approach, we don't seem to have some patience. We can't calm down. Like, what would you say to your fellow men in trying to?
I'll just give a simple advice to my fellow men. I always tell my wife that when our son does something, he should discipline him. When I come, I'll not do that because we are all afraid. We don't want our children to have an antagonistic behavior.
A lot of kids have that.
Yes, because
a lot of
men have
been. It's not you.
We've been made like a caricature to our children because of what our wives. When wait for your father, you see what the father do to you. So me, I always say that when your child does something and your wife don't discipline him or her, when you come, ignore it. Maybe even
it's a shared responsibility.
Yes, it's a shared responsibility. It's only maybe you just give advice to the child, but don't discipline.
Don't be seen to be too aggressive.
No. Oh, your mother said this. What happened? Okay, don't worry. Next time, don't do that. Then go. But don't inflict pain, because else your children will grow up loving their mother and hating you because
they one already grow only do 4-0. If you add that 10-0, when you grow,
I think that my fellow men should let their wives or women know that it's a shared responsibility. As Madam said, you should discipline your child. The event happened right in front of you. It happened at the blind side of the man. So you should discipline the child, because I don't believe in deferred punishment or deferred. Yes,
it has to be
instant, so that the child will know that this is what I did, and that's why I'm being punished for. But if you defer the punishment, the impact is not felt as you do that. So I'll tell my fellow men that when it happens in front of them, fine, they can do that. But when it happens at the blind side, they should let their wives do the punishment.
Somebody has sent in a voice note. I'll play it. The last question we'll ask is, I don't know if you've had these cases been reported. I mean, female children who, for some reason, are given to some people to take care of them in the absence of their parents. And usually, some of them get raped. I've had a lot of friends who have had this thing harbored in them for very long. They couldn't even tell their parents. Somebody they regard as uncle or maybe a friend to the family. The father was traveling. Said, "Oh, stay with this person before I return," and she ended up being. She got raped, and that is something that anytime. It has affected her in diverse ways. And then there are a lot of kids who have that experience. What would be your advice to parents Because I want to believe taking care of the female child should be a bit different from the male. Or these days, guys, will be the same because there are all kinds of other things happening. So, how do you think the approach should be? Parents who trust other people so much to the extent that they want to give their kids to them to care for them in their absence or whatever, and sometimes they get abused in the process.
Okay, so thank you very much. We agree that a lot of parents, due to their responsibilities, are not always around to provide care for their children, therefore rely on other caregivers. But in doing so, we should be very mindful of the people that we are entrusting our children into. We should vet them. Sometimes some of them are our family members. Initially, when I was talking, I forgot to mention about sexual abuse. It is going on very high, and then a lot of children are going through these issues. And so when we are bringing people into our families to help us take care of our children, we should check their background very well. And then when we return from our various workplaces, we should inquire from the children what happened in the house. We should let the children trust us.
Some of the children believe that you will catch your mom, yeah. You'll be the one and the attacker. No, they will say, you understand? So a lot of kids are scared to even open up.
Yes, we are supposed to teach our children to open up on issues. And these days, when you go to some early childhood schools, they are teaching the children that from their head to every part of their body belongs to them. And so nobody is allowed to touch them anyhow. And so as soon as somebody touch you indecently or do something that assaults you as a person, you should be brave and talk about it. You shouldn't fear anything. But when we don't tell our children to open up and they always hide things within them, for all you know, they might be going through some abuses that you may not know about, and they also refuse to tell you because you don't create the environment for them to be able to share their problems with you.
And then I'll take final comments, 30 seconds from each, and then we are done with the show. This one
good morning, Alfa. Good morning to your co-host and your panelist. This is Emmanuel from Santasi. I think it's a very good discussion that we are having this morning. I just want to contribute a little. I largely agree with what they are saying, but I don't also agree at some point. We are saying that no corporal punishment and all that. I don't think it should be completely out. You see, spare the rod, spoil the child in the scriptures is not just meant, or it's not just there because it doesn't have any bearing. I think pain in some form is also a form of reformation. Let's be frank to ourselves. Look at the generation now who we are preaching right, and look at the generation before. Even you, Alpha, you and the people, at your age group. You see that there's a clear difference. There is a clear difference. Let's not pretend that we are not seeing it. There's a very clear difference.
So that is, I'm sure they will address that. So in your final comments, let me start with Jackson first, and then I'll come to Smith, and then Madam Age will wrap up for us.
My final comment, saying child protection is a shared responsibility.
Okay.
So it's not that you are infringing pain on a person means that you are correcting the person, but how close you become with the person, how you communicate with the person, how you create the environment for the person, that will shape the person. Because when you compare one who is living in a self-contained and other who is living in a compound house, you see that the behavioral change is different.
Sometimes, yeah.
GACA is a behavioral change campaign that has come for everyone to share with us, to campaign against corporal punishment, to campaign against sexual abuse, to campaign against bullying, to campaign against child marriage, to campaign against family-based care, and a lot. Anything that will not shape a child well, you should campaign against it and report it so that we can all create good environment for the child to achieve their full potential.
Okay, smart.
Thank you very much. I also say that we are not saying that spare the rod, we are saying that use the rod in their rightful ways. I'm not sure that you want to punish your child to inflict pain. No. We are not saying that.
Some
We are
people can
saying-
even use iron.
You
Have you
see,
heard those stories before?
yes,
Sure.
we've heard. Someone
Some
use
people-
wires and those things, and that is not punishment. You are just trying to enjoy your child. That's not punishment. So we are saying that punish your children, but don't punish them in a way that will hurt them or inflict pain on them. And we are also saying that as parents, we should try and establish a good bond with our children. You know, as we were to say, most children are even afraid to discuss issues with their parents.
Maybe it's because of these days work. So they spend a lot of hours outside. They come sleep, and so there's no bonding kind of.
We do.
And in these days, they buy tablets for the kids. Some of them. So everybody's hooked on social media and what have you.
We do a lot of market sensitizations. I think last week we went to race course. We went to engage our mothers and our market. Yes, and what we saw was that, as you said, most parents want to use work as an escape or as a defense mechanism of having bond with their children. And we said that the work we are doing now, you'll not do it forever. You get to a stage, you have to stay home.
All right. Who are you going to live with? What kind of care would they give you?
We government workers, we pay pension, isn't it? But maybe most of the traders don't do pension. So maybe your child is your pension. But if your child is your pension and you are treating your child like this, then your pension there is zero, definitely. And as the Bible says that where our heart is, that's where our treasure is. So if you see your child as a treasure to you, if you
need
feel
to
your
spend
child
time.
as a treasure,
You need to deliberately
fantastic.
create time.
Yes. So as you know, our women, they do a boss war.
Yeah.
When the money is here, even if you're a thief, you are lying. You cannot go there. They will
Yeah.
hide it because they value the money. So if you value your child, you will not have a defense mechanism.
So parents should have timetable for kids. As these days, it's me and the kids.
Yes. So we tell our mothers that even if one day when your child goes to school, just take a day off, visit your child in school.
For some people, from nursery to university, the parents they have no idea who is even.
You understand? Some people know where they are. They don't know the name of the school.
I'm telling
but
you.
Where the school is, they don't even know.
It's
so
serious.
we advise our parents that they should try and build a bond so that whatever happens to their children,
they'll be the first to know. Oh, that one is good though. When you are the first to know.
Yes, they'll be the first to know. Else, their friends will advise them.
Oh.
Then later,
or social media will advise them.
Yes, So we advise our parents that they should spend time with that. Even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I think that one will go a long way to help us. Thank you very much.
Now, you have the last word.
Okay, thank you very much, Alfa. We want to call on all stakeholders, religious leaders, chiefs, especially the media to also join our campaign in promoting and protecting the rights of children, and to also report all abuse cases against children. We believe that if we all put our hands on decks, we will be able to protect the Ghanaian child and let the Ghanaian child feel safe.
Thank you very much for coming this morning. It's been a very interesting conversation. I would have to leave it here. The officers from the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, Mr. Smart was here, Jackson was here, and Madam Age. They have helped us understand why it is important to protect our children from all kinds of abuses. We'll take a quick breather. When we return, there will be other things to talk about this morning. And of course, you will be given the opportunity to share your thoughts on what we will definitely be discussing. We'll take a breather and return. The show continues. Stay with us.
Just make sure the children safe. Whoa. Yeah, you know.
This is Spin City Laundromat, first of its kind in Kumasi and a total game changer. We serve homes, hotels, restaurants, and anyone who demands clean, fast, and flawless laundry. At Spin City, your clothes go through brand new machines, delivering a deep clean, a soft finish, and a perfect fold, all tucked into our signature Spin City bags. And guess what? We provide the detergent and softeners. Got duvets, curtains, blankets? Bring them on. Our heavy-duty machines are built for the big stuff. And when we say personal service, we mean it. No mixing of clothes ever. It's one customer, one machine always. We're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Find us at Ashaliboche Lakeside, Dansuman, UPSA, Teshita Bibiano, Kaneshi, and right here at the Kumasi City Mall, Asokwa. Call 055-445-5314 and let's handle that laundry. Spend City Laundromat, wash, dry, and fold in less than 2 hours.
So it's 46 minutes after 8. This morning, in addition to what we talked about yesterday, I think we need to provide some updates. Janice, I am learning that the president and the speaker have reacted to the anti-LGBTQ bill. It looks as if the speaker was surprised. For the president, he has said something that I don't know how to feel about it, but he said it's far from becoming law. I don't know if you have the details. Share with us briefly. And then
let's start with the speaker. But even before that, Alpha.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday I was making the point that this whole issue about the LGBTQ plus is more complex than we appreciate, and it is very political on both fronts. When you take it from the majority side, there's some political element to it. When you take it from the minority side, there's some political aspects to that as well. And so let's get into what the speaker has recently said about the bill that was passed. So the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, Honorable, has said he was surprised that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2025, commonly referred to as the anti-LGBTQ plus bill, was passed last Friday by Parliament. The Speaker himself said
he's surprised. So he didn't expect it.
But
he said the instruction he gave was for it to be considered, not for it to be passed. That's why a lot of us were surprised. You know, I was telling you yesterday.
Yeah, so the whole event surrounding the passage of this bill raised some eyebrows, because one moment we're not so sure about where the bill was, where it has gotten to, like in terms of deliberations in Parliament, and the next moment, headlines, Parliament passes anti-LGBTQ plus. It looks like the Speaker himself was also surprised. Yes. And so, speaking to the press in Parliament, Speaker Honorable Alban Bagbin said he had left specific instructions for the bill to go through a consideration stage.
Consideration stage.
In his absence.
Not passage.
With the first deputy speaker.
So the first deputy speaker, he went beyond.
He didn't hear it. Sometimes it happens.
This whole thing is looking some way for me. Okay, you go ahead. So that's
anyway,
what he.
So yeah, Honorable Alban Bagbin said he has since summoned parliamentary leadership, insisting such critical legislation requires broader consensus. Following the passage, there have been notable debates surrounding the lack of what is this? Quorum. Is that how he said it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Quorum.
Yeah. And procedural compliance. And so that is the issue.
So the speaker said, my instruction to the deputy was that it should be
deliberated.
But the question will be, does the speaker have such a power?
I think
yes,
he
can, but the speaker is not a member of parliament.
Yeah.
He is the speaker,
but he controls how
he
parliamentary affairs and all of that.
He does, but okay,
So it's like it happens, right? It's like you tell Mark that, oh Mark, please, this is my phone. Log into Facebook. Then he will log into Facebook and post something.
And maybe do TikTok in addition.
And do TikTok in addition. He can do.
He can do. He's
Yes.
He's capable. So the issue is that Speaker was surprised. Speaker said he gave specific instructions.
That people should just deliberate.
So on the basis of that, he said he has summoned leadership because he feels that such a bill ought to really be. You don't just rush through it. But then the argument by some was that, but this was the one that was passed now.
And I'm saying,
It was already passed.
the way these issues are coming up, doesn't it buttress the minority's point that the NDC is being hypocritical about this? Because at the time, you people wanted the bill to be passed as soon as possible. And then now, you are appreciating the complexity of the processes involved.
Then you did not.
Then you did not.
Or you didn't appear to have thought along those lines. Okay, so first the speaker is surprised. He has summoned leader. I don't know what leadership would do. I don't know how they can overturn this. But let's go to the quarters of the president.
Yeah. And
what is he also saying? Because it looks as if the comment from the two important people is making me, Charlie, I'm beginning to think that maybe this law, we should expect it like. So talk to me.
So the president, the president has been engaging with the diaspora in the UK. So I think during one of those meetings, and someone brought up the subject of the anti-LGBTQ bill that it has been passed, and is it going to receive his accents when it is brought before him? And then he said like I'm paraphrasing here, but he cannot say that it's going to be signed. It has to go through processes before, if he's going to give his accent, he will give his accent, but he has to, there's a legal aspect to consider in
Charlie.
But the thing is,
so you see, I am beginning to think that what may have happened in Parliament, I would be surprised if the president was not in the known. Because you see, even though there's private members bill, but because of our legislative process, the way it is captured, you need the president's buy-in, because the president will be the person to sign onto the bill for the bill to become a law. And whether we like it or not, presidency has some control over his side of parliament. Do you understand?
yes, please.
So a lot of these things that will happen, my expectation is that as a government, members of parliament will not just do something that will take the president by surprise. The president, in my view or in my expectation, will be in the known. If the president is not in the known, then that too is another problem. That is it that some people want to create problem for the president? Because don't forget, yesterday I did mention that the president in his view thought this was not a priority.
And then
The president saying it was not a priority meant that at that point or at this point, he is not even ready to consider something like this. And that there are more important matters to be dealt with than this very issue. So if it was passed on the blind side, because if it's passed on the blind side of the speaker, then I'll not be surprised that it's also passed on the blind side of the president. Because the very speaker who is even in the house, who is the leader, said he's surprised. He was not expecting this. Now the president seems to be saying, Charlie, that be today. We have long process.
yeah.
So I am beginning to think things are not very, very, very clear for me.
Yeah. So
They don't look very clear for me like that.
in
Like,
the
it looks a bit-
explanation, Alpha, he said that the president is not part of parliamentary proceedings.
Yeah, he's
And so whatever deliberation that the bill went through to get to the stage that it is in right now, he wasn't part of it.
No,
So it
the
is now that the presidency has to sit on the bill and look at the content of the bill. So he even made that point that depending on the content of the bill, he's either going to assent or not. So they have to
Depending
review-
on the content of the bill. Wow. So it is now conditional.
But the thing is, there's also a point to consider, right? And
because I'm beginning to think maybe we may have another Supreme Court suit.
It's possible. And some legal brains have spoken on this issue that in effect, if we rush to admit this bill into law, it would be one of our many ineffective laws. Because who will be the judge of whether an educational piece is encouraging practices of LGBTQ activities? I don't know if you understand. If I say that I'm a researcher, and so I've written an academic piece on the subject of LGBTQ+, I have the right to do that, and I think even in the bill I am protected to do so in my capacity as an academic researcher. But then someone may pick it up and the person may draw inspiration to explore what I have written down. In that case, do you come after me? Do you understand where some of the lawyers have issues? And it's like that throughout, that even they also protect teachers and all of that, that if you are teaching. But then one lawyer was also saying that the mere fact that it is being taught, it means the people are going to be curious about the subject being taught.
Okay, so my response to that would be that when a crime happens, we don't necessarily go out there fishing for what may have motivated the crime. Do you understand? Because motive sometimes becomes not very, very substantial in the determining crime. What is important is, first of all, has the crime been committed? Secondly, was there an intent for the crime to be committed? So I'm saying that a lot of things could motivate people to commit crime. But in our legal jurisprudence, we are not too particular in finding that. What we are particular in doing is that if indeed the crime has been committed, we punish you with the aim that punishment may do a number of things. Deter other people, prevent you from committing the crime again, or serve as deterrent, just like I've said. So I'm saying that as for the act, there could be a lot of subtle acts that could promote something. But it's not realistic that you identify all of those and deal with them. The law can't do that. The law cannot sort of stop people from getting motivation to be armed robbers. Like, it's going to be very difficult. What the law can do is that when you are found to have committed it, then in our course to punish you, the other aim will be to also deter others from committing the crime, even if you are motivated to do it. Because you know that when you do it and you are found, you'll be punished. So but sometimes some of these, yes.
The very section of the bill that is under debate and scrutiny now is mainly, yes, which is purely a clause about intention and motive. I don't know if you understand. And so, like, I get where you are coming from, that the points will be to check if the crime has been committed, not the motivation or the motive behind the crime that is being committed. I get that. But I am saying that this is a clause that specifically restricts us to motives. So are you writing this to sort of promote LGBTQ plus activities, or you are writing it for academic research purposes? I don't know if you get the point I'm making. So it's a matter of motive.
Oh, but the point I was trying to...
So yes, I've written the article.
Yes.
But who will be the judge if I was queuing it to promote LGBTQ activities, or I was just doing what I'm supposed to do in my capacity as a researcher?
A lot of things can motivate people in different ways. Even us this morning, talking about this subject, for all you know, can motivate some other people to explore.
But the thing is, the issue that raises Alpha is that it gives room for excesses. So, for instance, if you write something and I don't like you, then I can say that, oh, go and read this piece that Alfa wrote as a journalist. He's promoting LGBTQ plus.
No, but now
journalists
are not. They are exempted from
exactly
from that.
But like I said, it is a matter of motive. And there was a part that stated that you can if you are conducting interviews that maybe you have certain room to conduct certain interview if it's not with the intention of promoting LGBTQ plus activities. But I'm saying that same interview that you would do to say that, oh, maybe I am making sure that these people have protected rights and that people don't go out of their way to abuse people who are identified as LGBTQ. That same interview that you can do, someone can say that you are promoting LGBTQ activities.
I'm saying that the fact that someone can say it will not be cast in stone. There will be an avenue for us to assess it. Do you understand? That's why there is a forum for that, for determining whether indeed there was an intention to do A or an intention to do B. But what I'm saying is that laws cannot deal with every exigencies. There's no law that can say, as for this law, it has dealt with everything. Every law will have issues. They will have spaces that can be explored. But in the long run, what the law seeks to do is, number one, to reduce the direct or indirect promotion of this thing. And most importantly, to use punishment to deter or prevent people from going that route. I think that it's within its rightful scope, if you look at it keenly, and that yes, there will be other tangential issues that may come up, but I'm trying to say the law can't deal with all possibilities. And sometimes laws, when they are passed, they will need time to be able to be used to deal with the issues that will come up. And then as we go along, the law can be perfected. The law can be improved upon. So from the start, that's the best you can get. We tried to make these laws in order to ensure that this thing will not become a major problem in this country. Because I feel that if we don't do it, we may have a problem on our hands. My only problem is that from what leadership is saying, there are 3 or 4 things that comes to my mind. First of all, it could be that there was a parliamentary quote-unquote coup against both the speaker and the president, or things were done on the blind side of both the speaker and the president. And I'm beginning to think that will be politically problematic. Because if care is not taken from the narrative coming from the president, he may be caught in the web that Nana Addo was caught in. Do you appreciate the point I'm making? That he now said it depends, just like you said, I'm taking your words for. He said it depends on the content. So if the content is not right, he may not pass it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't pass it, he may be caught in the same web that Nana Addo was caught in. Unless there's somebody who also filed a suit at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality so that it gives the president breathing space. So that maybe he used the same template that they criticized to say, oh, now the thing is in the Supreme Court. And so here and there. Do you understand the point? Yes, so I think that, and I'm surprised that the speaker is surprised that this was passed. I was surprised that it was passed. But I least expected the speaker to be surprised. So the fact that now the speaker himself is surprised, it gives me reason to worry. Yeah. The fact that now the president says, Charlie, we have not gotten there. There's a long process. And it depends on, it's beginning to let me think, I don't know. That's why yesterday, if you recall, I said, we have reached this stage before. As for it being passed, you drew the last time. What will be critical is, will the president assent to it? And now from the first comment in reaction to the bill by the president is beginning to make me think that, Charlie, but let's wait and see. This morning, Ms. Ahmed is here, but unfortunately, you've not picked calls. So let's dedicate some few minutes for our friends, for them to join in this conversation. What do you make of the latest regarding the anti-LGBTQ bill? When it started, there was an issue of quorum raised. There was an issue of a watered down bill. There was an issue of inconsistencies. Now the speaker says he was surprised. The president too says, Charlie, we've not reached there yet. Call me on 0541 022318 and let me know what you think. 0541 022318. Anti-LGBTQ bill. This bill, Charlie, it has created problems. It continues to do so. It's surprising too many people, including the speaker of all people. It's like the landlord saying that his house has been painted and he had no idea. He's surprised that the house has been given a facelift because he didn't expect that to happen. So yes, if you're listening to me, you can join us with your comment on 0541 022 318. Yes, and you can also send in your voice note on 059 39 32 993. Let's speak to this first caller here. Good morning. Hello?
Again on your line. And
your
I'm
name?
glad to be. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your name again?
My name is Common Sense, please.
Yes, Common Sense, please. Talk to us, sir.
Papi, are we not tired about this LGBTQ+? We are tired. This is self-inflicting on ourselves. Nobody is chasing the about LGBTQ+. It is the politicians themselves. They manufacture something to create an impression for something that doesn't exist. All our tradition doesn't agree. The Muslim community doesn't agree. The Christian community doesn't agree. Then why this burden on us? The politicians have lost sight about what they were supposed to do. They don't know what to do. So they play on our mindset. And the radio stations are happy picking this. Why children are suffering in the street? Why our electricity bill are shooting up? And they are not focusing on this. The president himself said, it is not a priority. Why again? Why again? Yay, Ghana. Yay. So, should we concern ourselves with this cry? Again. Ghana here who entertain homosexuality? Nobody. Our laws from Tamil Memorial have been speaking against this. Our tradition disagree. The Muslim, the other faith, they disagree. Papa, Mumwa Yen, radio station, Mumwa, throw these politicians and their dirty tricks away. Why are we entertaining them? We are giving currency to something that is already dead. The president knows that he can do nothing about it. Why should you allow foreigners to control us? Any culture that lives under foreign domination is a contested culture. Heavily contested. And we are happy with this. Our ultimate FM, let's drop this. Let's drop it. It doesn't need it. There's no necessity for it. Don't let us give it air. They don't need any oxygen. I'm glad. Thank you for your day.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us this morning. You can also, I was busy somewhere. I was donating things. You know what I mean? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Mr. Badu, talk to me.
Yes. Mr. Teti, good morning to you. Alfa, you see, speak about the nation again. As of that, some of them will be comment as double standard and hypocritical. Because when the comment was coming from LSS, when we were going to resume, it was saying to Babin go to the parliament to see the passing of this bill. where in the previous administration, where this bill was, back and forth. And he's done again. He's still surprised about what? But he can say, I'm a woman, I'm a Roman Catholic, and I will think to it that this bill is bad and fine. And that is the same one, he's surprised that it is passed. But the fact that he has informed the president, the president said, has been informed by the speaker, and so the guy, that there are some procedural lapses. There are some cases that you're supposed to pass before. You're supposed to scale those before. Still quite the president has told him. Why? I mean, what's going on? I am telling you that the NDP MPs have done their bit. They have executed the court, the 1 million can put them there as majority MPs, as majority side. They have done their part of it. And now the rest with is now really concerned. And the NDP guys were also really concerned. Because I've been telling the president that, no, this. But in any case, President has not said that when it comes to say, I will not. He said, when it comes, he will say to you because this is what the describing is saying, and I'm not about it. So it's not the same. Because it should be. Other than that, the government will not take it, but seriously, but he's speaking about this particular bill. What is this? He should come again. We respect him so much, but he shouldn't make it for some of us to think about double standard.
Mr. Badu's line, but I'm sure he has made this point. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. 0541-022-318. You can also call me and be part of our conversation. What do you make of the issues to do with anti-LGBTQ bill? Good morning, Mr. Deji.
Ava, good morning.
Yes, me too.
Abba, me issue that I mean, was some video, na Aladi Ama. Na Evangel better, Ujigama, Kabia, prison in one of continent, not Pamaka, Obamaka, or I'm cutting them.
The way they say a trum, and the young kind dead, you know. Young kind dead, you know. I said, okay. And I actually about different topic. But yeah, issue a topic I discussing it. Mr. Deji, Nimsa. Oh, Nimsa Ganis Gashinism. To the young candidate, young candidate, I'm green. Why?
Okay,
Mati, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Mr. Deji, you can also call me on 0541-022-318. 0541-022-318. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Ija, talk to me.
You Alfa, that's it. Alfa, LGBTQ was a way. And it young one, the woman. Young Timmy, and who are the crow. And prepares, I believe, back and forth. At the end of the day, also, I'm right woman in I brought for you. Yeah, traditional laws and culture aspects, a bit nim. Until you quiet be fast walk. Yeah, dear, a baby room. And I didn't also want what they say. Oh, media cafes or Macassa. Woman, you might be a woman say, would be committed crime. Not say, LGBT no committees are crime, no, our cost to me and her not. We need right to say, okọ sutra na say bi wo ho no an say di man no eno de o mo yi free mu no fi say no protect obi a crime there you will loss and so every day people are committing crime. Enti wo bi committee LGBT crime and don't just say yeah sentence to death and woman yet woman you may be free film I say again high be and secondly one who are supposed to handle this bill no are they not qualified? One when you qualified Anna omun nim say identify process A B C D mu answer na president Juana. Oh, yes, one must say, you pass it without the knowledge of the speaker and its president. So, one no say, quite person no more fast one yes, man. Oh, say no, I didn't dear me who say, LGBTQ, yes, true, because as African countries, you know. Depend heavily on these people who are championing the cause of so-called human rights. No? So, almost free as you need baby. Yen Timmy Yashi, I didn't know yen. And this almost to a more beya, woman your bold, no ammonia near who say, you bet me a giant nine so. Share a mind to say China. One won't give me for American to me for baby and what is here with the chat? So with Janinaso, now African countries will be tuned in in both sex without the help of these Western nations, or no bit me a Janinaso. Yentimi, and this hard you know, Ghana for her, you're gonna see Yentimi, young kind of cray. See a bit Timin so, you're more, you might be bringing to not young sign a prayer. And that's it.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. 0541-022-318. You can also call me. Good morning.
I'm on Alfa.
Musa, talk to me.
Monam to say.
Honam ye. Now also honam to say.
The hoarding pa and the big cafe.
Nice. It's you.
William said, you be back in Anija. It's already come half. That woman twice umra. LGBTQ no. And what's na me baking? Ofa. We are Ghanaians. We are blacks. So what you say? You were yamran a money you feel more free. I did not mind more. I can't move from Ghana. Fast forward. Mrofu adi omodi be ye na ya we se adi we ye Ghana hai. Ye nye biga. Obi no beka na nanom eye bi. Ebeto abonten ma yeshira so anya adwuma awari ya na de sibusua e de form community e de bibia na LGBTQ ne bara be so hu enti se de je ken kese mrofo no omo na ma aduani die e no makofa abrɛ so parliament ni ye na ntimi nka ye hu mu nyintum se fine mu bo aye de be wu de e mo aye ntimi na komedi e wan ma no mo aduani ni a ye nkiri ye yomkom ye ho kire ye fa solve sa problem no so na wo mo ye busia na ye tax wo ye ho yiri ye je tax no de kire o man na LGBTQ no ntimi amamu a eno so ebebo a tete mo be kwa register na ade no ya pass law no na o tina no na kwa mo wo se mrantie Ghana fo mabunum essay. That time, what waste your time? What waste your time? Every 1 minute, you be also more solve problem. No, free, move free. Near pay any more. Massa, take your time. So, dear sir, maybe the mother of what can say. We are Ghanaians. You need be a call. Well, we are Ghanaians, baby, because walk over. Aha, near. Uni baby a kontie kai humum ni nyintum abibem di se LGBTQ no fine obi a odene fie ma ye hia na so du fie ma na ye bechiwo e fie ni mu a wo asotwe ni fast forward wo nso na obebo ma de na koso no nso die ni
that's it.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. That's Musa. We'll pick just 2 calls and then we'll start our conversation with Mr. Ahmed in studio. 0541022318 is how you can also join in. What do you make of the back and forth on the LGBTQ issue? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Kobe, with you.
Alfa, ni tia Jenny Sinema. Alfa, Nila we na so na de. I say, you only see yes, so because la we na. Our system ni already. And then never bow. More secondary school, new university form. Even the leaders, many are suffering be on it be a yet a more musikaba. Mammy form penny form, ye billionaire or Ghana, no. Supinis are the embassy. Ye me and him, a brophone, you or more anymore. By a way, crowing. I want if we be the country, a war more, blame or more. When you dear BIS, so was here, so a waga, a woman, Ghana. I've had your fire research. And I do it, me and dog in the engineer. Your man, private boy, mine, because I do a Ghana.
That's it. Okay. Thank you very much, Kobe, for also letting us know what you think. That's the thought of Kobe. Let's speak our last caller and then wrap up. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me?
I'm calling from Offense Opposing. Alfa, now what you say?
Yamia do me where now, sir.
I don't know. Alfa, I mean, telling you, Alfa, hey, Ghana, how taxes here, here. Any resources for you, Ghana. Ghana will go, you will cap up. Then we are playing for now, we do a mile. And then why? Then come up by now. And can never go home from whom do it. Here we are, Casa to say. The Cobasa was so appointed yesterday. You for the film of the other quite. Get a bay out who won't have anything with you. Alpha, Ghana pay for. Yeah, we do a mile. Why did you get for no service? Because taxes also cook when you come taxes from the Elum. Casino, head down. By taxes, now, yeah, African North Africa, you know, quite a what I tell you, done in you then they're boy. So, one from the voice, I want you get that. We come over the whole thing in Alpha. Whenever they then, Bobby,
thank you very much for joining us. Zame, I believe you're good.
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm fine. Do you have any testimony to share to the world?
Testimony?
Yes.
As in?
You're achieving something.
I'm achieving something. Why? You want the whole world to know that?
Yes. Because you attacked me before the whole world.
Yes, I attacked you before the whole world.
And people were calling me then.
You placed today. Those of you who are my friends on social media,
people
on Facebook and this, I'll be placing
people
a particular meat there.
People
a piece of meat.
People come here.
That you took from
they were commiserating with
the dark polythene bag. Well, it's a good step.
It's a good.
Okay. It's a good step.
Okay.
Wherever.
Do you want to apologize to me for how you attacked me?
No. I have no apology to you. You've been running away from me to your own colleagues. That morning, I heard you give you a whole lot of excuses.
So you were apologize.
A whole lot of apologize for what?
For subjecting me to physical abuse and
you've been telling people the truth.
Emotional abuse.
In your seat, you've been telling people the truth. Do you go to apologize to them?
Okay, let's come to the issues.
This morning you said a whole lot of things about what traders.
As for me, it's a ritual for me because.
Don't worry. Don't let me one day. Don't let me call you that. Maybe you feel comfortable talking directly to traders, but you feel uncomfortable talking to other sectors of the economy.
Like which ones?
Like when the dollar was stable.
Yeah.
Yet government found it prudent to increase light bills. You kept quiet. I never heard you talk about that.
You never heard me talk about it?
No. When things were fairly stable, government had that comfort to even increase fees and charges. You kept quiet on it. You never said anything. When the dollar was stable, government decided to wipe off the 3% VAT and then raise it to a standard rate of 20%. You kept quiet over that. And when fuel prices are being increased, even though the dollar is stable, you keep quiet over that. But you find it so comfortable going after traders, where frankly speaking, they also go to buy their goods from other places. I remember very well at the beginning, was it the beginning of this year or last year, somewhere last year, you read the press statement and I challenge you to that, ask the company what are they reducing, what are the goods that they are reducing till date. The very company you read the press statement, none of their products has been reduced. But yet you find it so comfortable attacking traders who only go to buy from manufacturers. And whatever price they are selling, they determine their price according to that. You leave all of them behind and come to attack those at the front line. These are the final people who distribute the goods to you, forgetting that it's a combination of a lot of factors. Today, I've heard you talk about what? Because fuel prices are up, drivers will want to increase, blah, blah, blah. Drivers, are they the people who import the fuel prices here? Are they the people selling the cars? When duties and stuff have been increased, have gone up. You've not spoken about that. When a whole lot of things will contribute to the increase of prices, you don't talk about it. But you find it so comfortable putting traders down, setting them up, and then telling them your peace of mind. And when a similar thing has been done to you, you say what? You should come and apologize.
Do you remember? Do you remember the last time? I think a couple of weeks ago.
Those on social media. I hope I'm on Facebook. Yeah. Yes, I want everybody to see the type of meat you give to me. This is it. So this is how small it is.
It's nice, isn't it? Isn't it nice?
It's nice. Every meat from every salad meat is so nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
That's good.
But the only thing that you said you didn't get it yourself, someone dashed it to you.
No, of course, I'm telling you the truth. It was just yesterday. You gave it to me yesterday, and your name came to mind. I was like, let me see.
So they gave you only one, and my name came to mind.
There's no one. It's about 5.
And then you said it one. Okay.
Everybody has got.
Please, I hope social media is watching this. You better ask me.
Are you?
What
are you driving at? Now, you recall that not long ago you sat in this studio and you said that, yes, this exchange rate and some of the things happening within the business sphere is affecting some category of businesses. Or their businesses.
I said those who benefit a lot is those who do the importation from finished goods from China and stuff. So they always praise the government is doing so well.
Why don't you look at my analysis from that context?
No, your attack is always going on. Us who do directly to consumers.
Yeah, because
But you tend to leave out the importers, you tend to leave out the manufacturers, you tend to leave out.
When we say traders,
even
they are
government.
all traders.
You even turn out to leave out even government.
But when I mention traders, it includes those who are engaged in importation, doesn't it?
No, literally, when people say traders, they for those who sell directly.
No, but importers are trading. Import is a form of trading.
I know.
So my argument to you is that one thing that baffles me is the very same factors you consider to increase prices. Anytime those factors come down, you find other reasons to either maintain prices or sometimes even increase prices.
It's because the very people we are dealing with in the system.
I don't seem to be able to predict you guys.
Do not play by that rule.
Which rule?
Or at one point, we are stabilizing dollar. At another point, I'm increasing fuel price. I'm increasing ECG. I'm increasing government fees, charges.
So
why?
At what point would the ordinary consumer benefit? Because you know the danger of.
And the government will be what? Government will not be. You say government will what? Will lose
because they are sacrificing a lot to.
Sacrificing with what?
With state
what
funds.
Are they sacrificing? What?
The gold board.
Gold board as on what?
Its main objective today is to stabilize.
That's what they were set up for. So what are they sacrificing?
For which reason we are recording the losses we are recording? But that was not an end in itself. It was to reflect in the prices of things, to bring things down. But I'm saying that when I come to you to buy stuff, I don't see that reflecting. So at the end of the day, the consumer, for whose reason all of those things were done, it's no benefit. It's the trader that is benefit. It's the trader that is making more money. And I'm saying that how can't we trickle it down so that all of us will enjoy it together?
So you ask government.
If we are suffering, we suffer
So
together.
let's ask government.
Why is it that when it's enjoyment time, you want to enjoy alone and leave the consumer?
Alpha, so I've told you to ask government. I've given you some snipers of reasons why a lot of things, the price of certain things are what they are today. Yet government has turned a blind eye to that. I gave you an example of a bottle of water, a particular brand, that's not supposed to be sold for 5 cedis. Because the manufacturer sells it to the distributor at 25 cedis. They sell it to, let's say, wholesalers at 27 cedis. You get me? So the maximum that water should be selling for should be about 30 cedis, 32 cedis, or maximum 35 cedis. You get it? But here lies the case, you find that water being sold for 5 cedis. Why? Because I've given you an example. You bring me that water, you give me additional goods that literally are not moving products. You force it on me. If I don't sell and they expire, I lose capital. So what traders do is, okay, in order not to lose capital out of the expiration of those products, I pick prices of those products, infuse it into the moving good, which is the water. And now that water is being sold for 5 cedis. The company cannot tell them they are not aware. The government cannot say they are not aware. If the government is not aware, then they are not doing their work right. So the things that contribute to prices of certain products, very essential products, which are supposed to go for even cheaper prices for all of us to benefit from. There are other factors which I've just given you one of them. When you take the manufacturing companies who manufacture those products, that was the example I gave you. They brought a press release that, oh, we are reducing so I told you that is face painting. Like Ashanti will tell you, what are you reducing? What of the product are you reducing? Till date, the price of their product has been the same. It has not reduced to date.
So at this point in time, if you are a consumer just like me, just give up. These traders, you always have a reason for not.
So Alpha, so I go to buy this X product. I go to buy X product. They brought a price like I can't reduce the cost. I buy the product, they've not reduced the cost. How do I reduce the cost?
To solve the problem, all of us should be traders. So that when somebody profiteer from you, to profiteer from another person. If not, as for Mr. Amen and his people, they won't do anything for us. So let's move on. Let's
proceed.
Let's go to anti-LGBTQ bill.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Anti-LGBTQ plus. Is it plus? However, for me, I think all this noise about it is settings.
Settings. What does settings mean? Fake.
You are fake. They are all faking it. Yes.
Oh, but I'm fasting too.
The majority in parliament are faking. The speaker is faking. The president is faking.
Why do you say they are faking?
Okay. However, I give you a glass of water that have it. Drink. You tell me, oh, you are not thirsty. As you drink, I want to pour another water and drink. I'm not thirsty. Then, well, okay, if he's not thirsty, he doesn't want to drink. Why don't you drink it yourself? Then later you can pour another one for him. And I pour that water away before pouring another one. What does it mean?
It means I want new. Maybe the water was.
If the water I'm giving to you to drink, it's not worthy for me to drink. Why should I give it to you?
In this case, Do you think it applies in this situation?
What I thought, whatever bill, the then minority, even though they were not in majority, were pushing for and pushed for, and that bill was passed. And even the then president said, oh, there are certain concerns in it, let's work. You say, no, you sign it. When the then opposition make a whole lot of noise about it, when the current president, sitting president, says, in my time, once if they bring it, I'll sign it off. And you are going to present that bill, you are going to pass that bill, and you decide to change certain things in it.
Time sometimes
and we are hypocrites.
Time sometimes can avert your minds to things you may not have.
So they tell us that, oh, okay, we can pass it and later on amend it. Or let's pass what you are passing now, we can amend it to whatever you people say you want. So why didn't you pass the original one and later on amend it?
No, it was passed the last
time. Surprisingly, the speaker comes to tell us what?
That he is surprised.
Is it lamentations?
It's not lamenting, he's telling you the reality.
What is it for us to do what?
So that you know that he was surprised.
For us to do what?
So that you are in the known.
You are the driver. You gave your car keys to your mate that move the car from point A to point B. You have every opportunity to monitor your driver to make your mate to make sure he's moving the car from point A to point B. We ignore the use of all those opportunities, and your mate moves the car from point A to point C. Then come back and say, well, I told them to move to point B. I don't know why they moved to point C. So why don't you deal with them? What are you talking about? What was that? There's a video playing around on social media after passing the bill, when the majority leader said they've just not printed the bill. And the president is not here. If the president are around and they printed that very night, the president would have signed. So you want to tell me the majority leader who sits in cabinet does anything that the president does not know? Then you are in danger, Alpha, as you are saying. They're not creating problem for the president. You are in danger. So it means in the one same government, an arm of government is doing something that members of that government, some of them even are not aware what they are doing.
But maybe
what they are telling us now,
maybe the president was aware.
So why is he telling us what he's telling us now?
He's trying to.
So you should stop pretending.
He's trying to tell you that
they were playing to the gallery. Yes. If you feel what happened shouldn't have happened, so the right thing should happen. So we are far away from even getting that bill into a law. Why did we waste all of us our time?
No, he was not part of that process. He's not in part.
I'm saying, if the president, the leader of this government, was never aware, has never been aware of whatever went on in Parliament, proud to
the passage
and doing, then Alpha, we are in danger.
This one says, "Good morning, Alpha. The name is Edmond from Kenya. Say, I think these people are playing politics with this bill because I do not know what will be in the bill, which the president will see and all the MPs are not seeing." Okay,
Alpha,
thank you. Let me listen to this voice now.
Good morning once again, Alpha. Respectfully, I disagree with common sense. You see, what is considered abnormal is relative to time and generation, meaning that what probably our old folks considered abnormal, in this generation, there are some of them that we see to be normal. So if we don't nip this thing in the bud and say that our culture frowns on it, our religion frowns on it, it's not a priority, I bet to say that we are sitting on a timing bomb. We will come to bear the consequences of this. So I think we should nip it in the bud, get a law on it, so that it will guide us in the future. Because if you like it or not, whether I like it or not, this thing in some generation to come is going to be normal. And is that what we would want? No. So please, Mr. Common Sense, please let us try and nip this in the bud. They have passed it. That's good. The president has to assent to it so that we can move forward. Thank you.
As Emmanuel's view on this.
So, what the president has just told all of us is that that bill is never going to see the light of day.
No, he didn't say that.
And what they passed is not going to see the light of day.
No,
that's what that means. And what the speaker is saying now, Alfa, I listened to the president very well.
Okay.
He said the former president had a lot of things to do that he also have access to. Either they bring the bill, he allows his attorney general to go through it and advise him. If he's not okay with it, maybe the government will take it over and relay.
The fact that he has
another one is you take it to the Council of State
for advice.
And that the bill is far from becoming a law.
Yes, but that does not mean he said it will never become a law.
So this bill, this particular bill, and then the speaker also comes to tell us that they were not supposed to do that.
More.
And from that very day, the snapper information you are picking is that there was no quorum.
Yes, there was no quorum. But
so Alfa,
some also argue that the issue of quorum can only come up just before the bill is passed. And that when the bill is passed, quorum becomes moot. You can't raise the issue of quorum
again. But I'm surprised that.
But then in principle, you say, like, the level of kind of contribution you require
so
on such a
I
bill.
asked that in this same one particular government, other persons are doing certain things differently from the leaders. Is that what they are trying to tell us?
Is that what you see?
That's what I see. That's what is clear to me.
That
the Speaker of Parliament gives an instruction to his first deputy speaker, who is in that same government. And the first deputy speaker, with the majority leader or the leader of the house, leaves the house to do what they've done. And the leader of parliament, the speaker, is now telling us, no. It shouldn't. We didn't have to do that.
Leadership will be someone.
Then the president comes back and say there are a whole lot of things about it. He even came along with the quorum issue. He mentioned that.
President mentioned.
Yes.
I may have mentioned that.
So I asked myself, in one government.
No, but the quorum
is a center not holding.
It's not within the purview.
Alpha, so is a center not holding.
Why?
So if the speaker, if the president felt no, that's not the way to go. So what discussions were had within the government?
Within the government?
Yes. Within even the party itself. They have majority. They have what? Super majority,
in
right?
Parliament, you will expect the majority leader and his whip.
They are super majority, right?
They do.
And the majority couldn't even use the comments from the minority by then. It's okay. Let's hold on and see what happens tomorrow.
But it is strange if the numbers we are seeing is anything to go by. Out of 276, to have just about 30 something, Charlie. where did they go to? No, go ahead.
Exactly. So where are the rest?
Because that's like just not even up to 15%.
Exactly. So the fact is, where were the rest? Why didn't they go to parliament? Why? Alpha, the government itself, we should be telling ourselves that there's something wrong. This particular issue, there's something wrong.
What wrong? What is wrong?
It's like there's no communication. It's like the center is not holding.
I think from the reaction of the whole country and also people who have spoken, it appears we moved too quick.
And Marva, surprisingly to some CSOs today, I see them talk about what has happened. It's like, hey, so all of a sudden, they are very much okay. No, but there are things happening these days that I see comment of some people in this country. I felt, so is that how your thinking is?
Well, maybe they agree.
But
the fact that the CSO can
3,
agree
4,
with
5 years ago,
government something.
Your thinking was different too.
But now he has.
But all of a sudden, the very thing that was wrong 3, 4, 5 years ago, today it's very much okay.
Maybe it's done differently.
Wow.
By different people.
Wow. I've always been saying this. This country, hypocrisy will kill us. We are not principled one bit. All of us, we are not principled one bit. In one breath, we are okay with certain things. In another breath, that same thing, we are all not comfortable with it.
I see.
That's what's killing us.
But I was very excited with the way it moved quickly. I thought this time everything would be seamless. But
so
just yesterday, the comments I began to hear.
So what was it like? That's why I said this is settings.
Yes, but
because when I saw this on
the president may surprise us,
and I saw the happen, and I said, it's been passed. I said,
yeah, a lot of people were surprised. In fact, even the speaker. If the speaker is surprised, then who am I not to be surprised?
So what was that for?
Yes.
Was it to set up anybody to fail, or to set anybody up for any issues?
Maybe to the president.
And the very advocate of this bill, who brought this bill into the limelight, who brought all of us to come and discuss about this, all of a sudden it's like he's gone.
Well, he has spoken. Sam George has written about it.
I'm not saying he has not spoken.
He has said
the way Sam George used to speak about
he's now a minister. He has a lot of things going.
At the other hand, he does what?
He has a lot of.
So this is not so important.
It is.
So those times he didn't have those responsibilities.
No, he was just an MP. This one is an MP minister and all kinds of things. So
I see.
So the responsibilities
once you become
are
a minister, you have other, so you leave a lot of things.
No, you don't leave, but you
tone down on them.
Yeah,
right. So other things in the house,
focus will be a bit divided.
On them.
Yeah. So that's what is happening. So what's your level of you think it's not
for me, this back and forth thing about this.
But do you think the bill is unnecessary? I mean, let's allow things to just
No.
You are for the bill.
I am for the bill.
What will it do?
I am for the bill because even though this thing has been with us for quite a very long time, as young as you are, you've heard about a whole lot of things where they even tax certain secondary schools that this secondary is what they do, this is what they do. It beat my imagination. God created us, and then we come into this world, and then we want to challenge God by, okay, I don't want to be this way. I get up one man and say, I'm no more a man, I'm a woman.
That's what he feels.
It's not upset. It feels what?
It's a feeling. Every human being must be given the right to decide
for me,
for him
this whole thing, I'm so scared because there was some point in time where I used to listen to a program for a station of in Accra, Joy FM, where they do this program every Saturdays, and there was one young girl who had just completed SS. And do you know what lured her into that? Her mother and her friend's mother.
Her mother was into it.
They came back from school one day, thinking they were coming home to meet her mother, only to open the door and realize that her mother and her friend's mother were into that.
Hey. So she too
got into that.
Hey.
And when they are narrating, they tell you the stories. It's like when you go to the secondary school mother. So when they graduate, they leave the school and go, my school mother, my former school mother comes visit me. She comes. Who are your school daughters? They just buy things and then they keep on luring people into it. It's very terrible.
Why not? If a person decides to be that,
why should you decide to be that? Why should you be? Alpha, but why should you decide to be that?
Because that's what the person feels.
Why do you decide to? Why would any human being get up and say, I want to sleep, I want to have carnal knowledge of a sheep?
She thinks
of a goat.
As long as it doesn't hurt you.
There's something wrong with you.
As long as it doesn't violate your
rights. There is something wrong with you.
Then why should you?
You are human beings.
Why should you be too passionate?
Why don't a goat get up and say today, I want to have a carnal knowledge of a woman?
That's outside of your control. If they decide to do
so, there's something. So do not go down there.
The question is, if that.
So you see what you are doing is one of the assumptions that the Lord. It's one of the assumptions that the Lord has given you generous. So you have the freedom to play the devil's advocate and stuff. Whilst the committee say, yeah, he says I'm for us.
You see, that's my problem. When I'm asking questions, please don't put me in there. But now somebody says, our Alfa, hey, what you mean?
That's why the law is exempting you. The bill that has been passed say they are exempting you. So you can talk about it.
No, I'm asking questions. I'm not
Alpha, it's absurd. It is crazy to even think that my daughter will get up one morning, grow to that level, that's adolescent stage, and says, as for me, I'm only interested in women. Hello, I can't.
Why would you? Janice was just telling me a story of Jackie Chan who disowned one of his daughters because she said she's a lesbian.
Where did the daughter grow up?
In the United
communities
States.
Like that.
Yeah.
But here in Ghana, no. So do not go and bring a foreign culture, a foreign attitude, a foreign life.
But something it's human rights issue.
It's human. Go to those places and go and do your thing.
That is.
So you go to those places and go and do
right.
it. That's why I'm so much in love with Uganda.
Yeah, they passed it. Senegal too has.
You can't go and mess up there. Alpha, when you go to the US and stuff, polygamy is not allowed.
It is not.
They frown on polygamy. It is illegal. Exactly. But when you come to the Ghanaian setting, the traditional setting, why not?
Okay.
So if you are not welcoming mine at your place, why should I welcome yours here?
Because they are superpower.
They are what?
Superpower.
So keep your superpower and stay at your place, and let's also stay at our place. Simple and short.
Because you come to them for assistance.
For us,
they don't come.
What
to
assistance? It's our leaders. It's our leaders who do not know how to go around their things very well. That they always go there begging, because we have more than enough here in our country to go begging. We have more than enough. We have more than enough. It's because of corruption, mismanagement, lack of leadership that pushes our leaders to go up to them, begging, arms in and begging. For us here, we should be very much okay.
Okay.
I hear at time when I meet people, so are you considering traveling? Go. I say, why should I travel?
You don't go.
Why should I travel?
So you've never traveled outside before?
What am I going to do?
You know, like you are those kind of people that can survive there, no?
It's not about
food and
survive what?
everything.
No, it's not about food.
Like
in this kind, how many times do I eat a day?
Like you don't
But
think of
whatever I want for my life, if I can get it here in Ghana, why should I leave?
Going there to just
go and do what?
Holiday off.
Oh, that's a different ball game altogether.
Okay.
Like when you want to Japan, like the last 2 years, when you wanted, when you're talking about thinking to Japan, anytime you come to the show, I'm thinking to Japan.
You remember a journalist though.
Last 2 years.
Do you want Ghana?
Do you remember?
I do.
When you are at the top.
All of us were Japan now. I didn't even know why.
You get it? So for us, we feel we are Ghana. We should be okay. We should be okay. Than going arms in arm, trying to beg to see how they can help us. For me, I think it's not needed. It's not necessary. It is not necessary.
Okay.
So, Mr. President, Your Excellency, we are begging you. When you come, you try and then assign to the bill. Then maybe after a week or two, you can send in amendment.
If you don't assign to it, so.
Alpha, it is the reason why I'm saying I don't understand one particular house. One particular house. They have a different view.
If you sign it, it's better for you in Ghana. We don't know what will happen to you externally, but if you don't, bro, whatever you did to some people, they will do the same to you.
No. He's not contested again, so you allow him.
No, it's not the himo. It's the group.
No, but Sam just says if the president Mohammed hasn't signed, he will resign.
He's George.
Yes.
When did he say that?
Yesterday. No. When they were in opposition, he said
he said he will not know peace. He didn't say he will resign.
Okay, so we are waiting for the president not to have
he's been giving him pressure.
Which pressure? That we don't know. We've not seen. Is it a low-key pressure or the external pressure?
But don't you? Why is African countries, especially Ghana, not accommodating this thought of Why don't we allow people to be who they want to be, as long as they are not
Alpha,
hurting anybody?
Whatever these things are coming from, they don't allow us to come and practice whatever we believe in over here. So why should you allow them to come and practice theirs here? It's as simple as
so the people who think they are born like that, some say, what do we do?
There is no African that is born like that. So
Could you be sure there are people like that in our community?
Alpha.
Like when you see them, they are male, but genetically,
like their attitude and everything.
They are not very. They are not. You understand? Yes. So there are people like that, tomboys and stuff.
Yes.
Girls, but they don't feel girlish.
But they don't go telling you that sexually.
But they are more likely to tilt towards that.
It's because this foreign culture is now trying to do an advocate. So once you are feeling like that, then go this way. Those times, no. You are not doing this. We couldn't have parties, gatherings of these people, so we've gathered here. You give us a chance to do whatever we want to do. We are not doing that. It's because we decide to import this culture. That's why they have that courage, that boldness, that they could go rent a venue, get speakers and stuff, decorate that place, and say, oh, as far as this community, we are having this. Not in Ghana. They can decide to go have that in the US, in the European countries that they want to have that at. But not in Ghana. We are not ready for that.
Let's leave it here. But the only thing I can tell you is that whoever fits you controls you. So this whole issue, when you hear stories, and the best say, and at the bottom of it is that some people are looking at the food that
we are just waiting for the president to come. When he comes, we beg you. He's just signed. Every time we can do amendments.
I want to believe that President Mahama will sign it. I hope that he signs it.
You want to believe?
Yes.
So by next week, I'll take you for your word.
I hope that he signs it. I hope.
But you believe. So next week, I'll take you for your belief.
No, I didn't say I'm sure. I said I believe.
So I'll take you for your belief.
Yes. I was there with Mark Waja, who has chopped meat this morning. I gave him about 20 pieces of meat. He's overdosed. So his protein level has reached crescendo. He doesn't need protein for the next 3 years. I'm telling you. And I was there with Janice Opokuajiman. My name has been Alfa Ali. Have a very good morning.
After school life is the hardest experience.